Hey everybody, this is Peter Lisowski again in Chatbot Nation, and this is an actual topic that I love. It's about opportunities with chatbots. This is what got me super excited about this several months ago when I started looking at chatbots as a new way to communicate with users, but let them drive the experience. So let's go ahead and dive right in and really talk about the size of this opportunity and why you're smart for listening to this and being what I call an early adopter. So the opportunity really here started, this is BI intelligence, and even Facebook came out this last fall and confirmed this. One thing that really just floored me is that as of, this is, if you look right here, the nexus, this is, the green is the big four messaging apps, and then the black is the big four social networking apps, you know, like Facebook and Instagram and things like that. The messaging apps are Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Slack, Kik, those kinds of things. But the interesting thing here is back in, if you look in Q1 of 15, back in 2015, messaging apps overtook all social networking apps, including Facebook, as far as the number of users in the millions that were using messaging apps. So that is truly a huge, huge trend in how people are interacting, whether they're on their phone, on their desktop, on a iPad or any kind of tablet. They are messaging more and more and more. So we really want to jump in and get on this. This is not a shiny penny. This is not something that's going to go away. And you know, back in the day, I used to have to laugh when the internet first started and came out for us and we were toying around with it in 95, 96. There were pundits that said, oh, the internet's a fad, it's never going to last. Well, we're here in 2017 and look, you know where it is right now, right? So this whole idea with artificial intelligence and chatbots and messenger apps is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a trend, it's a mega trend. And in fact, I really think the chatbots are going to usurp phone apps as we know them and kill websites as we know them too. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Google and where they're going because it's going to change the way we search, and it's going to cause search engines to die as we know them as far as how we interact and use them today. Now I will tell you this, your timing could not be any better than right now, and you haven't missed the train. If you wait for several months, you will. It's going to be a lot tougher to get in, but right now we are in what's called the early adopter phase, where there's about 14% of the population. That's you. You're smart. You see the opportunity, and you really want to learn about, well, how in the heck do I use these chatbots for marketing to generate leads and sales? The innovators, I've been looking at this, and I kind of jumped in right at the end of the innovators into early adopter phase. This was several months to a year or so ago when people were just kind of getting into this. Facebook hadn't really opened up Messenger for chatbot technologies. ManyChat and a lot of these other tools hadn't been invented yet. But right now we're in this early adopter phase, and we're before the early majority, and that's when you want to get in on an opportunity. This is a time where you can do a big land grab, and you can really get a lot of users inside and build your messenger list and also your email list at the same time for quite a bit cheaper. I mean, for example, Facebook ads right now, in fact, Facebook came out and said that by the end of 2017, they're going to run out of ad space in Facebook. They're making about $8 billion a quarter right now, and costs of Facebook ads have gone up and up and up since I started using them. So a typical ad for my business for a massage spa runs about $5 to $7 for a lead. I am getting around $1 for the for the Facebook Messenger with the chatbot, getting those kinds of leads and building my messenger list. So if I spend $100, or let's say I need 100 leads, right? So Facebook Messenger, that's about $100. It would cost me around $600 or 6 times more money to do it with a Facebook ad. This is really, really significant for all of us and for us early adopters as we get in. So the other thing I want to talk to you about too is there is no better time. And, you know, there's probably times when you look back and you would, you kick yourself. It's like, if I only had bought that house, if I only had, got in on Google AdWords and they were cheap, if I had only got in on Facebook when they first started advertising. One of the things I always look at, that's kind of my marker really, is if I would have in 95 bought domain names. I mean, do you realize this particular one, and there's several examples out there, If you would have bought insurance.com when it first came out, you know that that sold recently for $35.6 million. I mean, it's just incredible what these megatrends can do if you get in on them early and you take advantage of them. So we're here again now with chatbots. They're not going to go away. They are going to be around for a good long time. And the momentum is kicking in. So you need to get on this train pretty quickly if you want to take part in this big land grab and be an early adopter. The neat thing about chatbots, like I said, I got to move my window back here. It keeps messing up on me with that darn train. Is chatbots give the it's a user-driven experience. It's instant. It's on 24/7. The conversations are relevant because the user driving the conversation inside the chatbot, and it's all about content and really serving up that content to create that user-driven experience, to create that opportunity for the user. You're going to have more ultra-qualified leads. You should have higher sales conversions because you're speaking to the person in their language in a natural language sequence with something that they're interested in. So that's what makes this opportunity pretty amazing. And I have to tell you too that really nowadays one size fits all, it just doesn't work anymore. You know, we've been in this whole mantra of serving up webinars to a whole group of people or emails. We are starting to segment that. There's tools like drip.co that Leadpages owns now. There's Infusionsoft that are doing trigger, you know, based on behavioral dynamic response marketing is what I call it, that serves up triggers based on certain behavioral responses. Well, chatbots are going to take that to a whole nother level and really take away that one size fits all. So what's going to happen for all of us marketers is we're going to have a webinar that is tailored to that particular bucket of user. And you can get that bucket or you can get that type of user or segment them within the chatbot so that you can really speak to them and have higher conversion rates. And once again, I've talked about this before, is it's not about the tools, it's not about the process, it's really about the strategy. And that's what we're going to teach you here in Chatbot Nation, whether it be the 5-day Chatbot Challenge. If you want to jump in and join the paid membership side, I'm going to talk about that in the webinar. It's going to be for you early adopters, you founding members, it's going to be a no-brainer to join. To get in early, the prices are going to be going up. And I'll let you know about the webinar here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to have my first inaugural webinar for all you early adopters, you smart marketers that want to jump in on this and do work alongside me as I give you a chatbot strategy every single month. So the key thing though is you got to start somewhere, right? You probably have heard about chatbots. You're kind of thinking about, well, wow, this is kind of neat, but what the heck do I do with these things? So the key place to start and my recommendation on how to use chatbots and chatbot strategies is to go ahead and register for my free training. It's actually a workshop webinar. You're going to have some key takeaway insights on really how to use this for your business. What you'll do is, I'll give you the link here in just a second, but you'll go ahead and when you come to this page, you're going to click on one of the yellow buttons here that says, yes, save my spot. There's one at the top and the bottom. You'll see my picture there. You can learn a little bit more about me if you'd like. But this is going to get you registered for the workshop webinar where you can learn all about this. And I'm going to cover 3 key secrets or 3 key takeaways that you can use. The first one is really how to create chatbot strategies that will work in any business, even yours. It doesn't really matter whether you're an online business or a bricks and mortar offline. Chatbot strategies work in either case. I use them on in both situations for businesses I own. So it doesn't matter whether you're a coach, a local business, an online trainer, e-commerce, or an agency, chatbot strategies work in every single case. We're going to cover 5 key steps in the chatbot strategy inside this workshop webinar and answer questions like, what are your customer segments? What kind of conversation sequence should you use? What is the sales funnel overlay if you're using some kind of sales funnel? And we'll get into each of those 5 key steps in the chatbot strategy so you can really learn about how a chatbot strategy is so powerful for your business. I'll give you this link here in just a moment, so just hang with me. The next thing, secret you're going to be covering is how to use chatbots to get ultra qualified leads and sales. Now, there is a 5-step process in that. I'm going to cover those 5 steps or the key 5 steps in the process. And I'm going to give you 3 examples. One of them example here is using a chatbot to create leads through a lead magnet. This is an example here that I use for my, my lead guide. And I've got 2 other ones inside there. There's many of these that you're going to learn, these different chatbot strategies inside the early adopter membership site. For those of you that are really smart marketers, you want to jump in on the big land grab now. You're going to learn a new strategy each month that you can employ in your business, and the step-by-step approach on how to build that chatbot using your chatbot tool like ManyChat inside Facebook Messenger. The third secret that we'll cover in the workshop webinar is how to become part of a community to get new chatbot strategy ideas. Now, the power really is in the community. You're there and you can ask questions, you can get ideas, you can share strategies, you can see the case studies of things that we are doing and others are doing, but I'll be sharing my case studies on what I'm doing each month with each chatbot strategy that I'm teaching you, and you're going to learn about the new software tools that are out there. Besides ManyChat, ChatFuel, LeadFlip, there is some amazing things that are going on out there, and I really want to share those with you. Some of the things I'm now looking at and testing are going to absolutely blow your mind down the road. For those of you that are in the inaugural membership site, the early adopters, to get into that. So we're going to be covering all that. And I understand, being in business is lonely. It's hard, and when you have a community, I work with people all over the world virtually, and I have my small team here. But it's hard. Most of the time I am working by myself, and having a community give you confidence, give you direction, point you where you need to go as the next step, get you unstuck. These are all things that the community and inside the membership site that we're gonna have together inside this Chatbot Nation community as well. So here's what you want to do. You're going to go ahead and you are going to go to this particular link right here. So you want to do bit.ly, it's bit.ly, and then Chatbot Webinar. So don't forget the period there, it's bit.ly/, you see the / right there, and then Chatbot Webinars. If you go ahead, you can stop this video too and write that down or type it into your browser or your phone. And it will take you to this particular page. You're going to look for the yellow button, just click on Save My Spot at the top or the bottom, and it will get you right in to register for the upcoming webinar. I really encourage you to do that, as it's going to really help you to understand the power of chatbots and what they can do for your business. With that, I'm Peter Lasowski for Chatbot Nation. Thanks for hanging with me here and the other videos to come, and I look forward to seeing you inside our group and seeing you on the webinar.